Good morning, children. Welcome back for English once again. So, children, we have already done with the first poem, that is the rainbow. Okay, I really wanted to read the poem again, and I wanted you all also to read it with me, but it was not possible due to some technical issues, whatever it is. I'm really very sorry for that. Now, today we will be starting with the prose or the chapter, that is first chapter of the session. It is Geeta's biscuit. Okay, now let us read about this girl. This is a story about a small girl who is poor, who also really have so many dreams, desires, right? And seeing good things when everyone else is eating good things and you're hungry, how she feels. Okay, let us know about her. Geeta is poor, she is hungry, her tiffin carrier is empty. Now she's a poor girl. She's just sitting beside the road on the footpath, and her tiffin carrier, that means in her tiffin there is nothing. Okay, it is empty. Empty means nothing. So there is nothing in her tiffin to eat. So she's hungry. She's poor and she's hungry. A car is stopping and people are getting out. Look, there's the restaurant. Now she's sitting on the footpath on the road, right? So there a car stops by. Okay, and many of people come out of the car and they just point towards a restaurant and say, see, they might be coming to a restaurant, they might have been invited to a restaurant, so they are saying, see, this is the same restaurant where we are invited. So they all look at the restaurant and say, there's the restaurant. A little girl looks at Geeta. They all go into the restaurant. Now, there is a little girl also with them, and she looks at Geeta. Obviously, she's of same age, so she looks at Geeta. She might be having some sympathy for her, that she's a small girl like me and sitting here empty with empty tiffin, no nothing to eat. She's so poor. So she looks at Geeta, but she enters the restaurant with her family or friends, whomsoever she has come with. Geeta is looking through the window of the restaurant. Ooh, ice cream. Now imagine she's empty stomach, nothing to eat, and she's so hungry. And when she looks from the mirror, from this glass of the window, what does she see inside the restaurant? She sees people are having fun, they are eating ice cream. Obviously ice cream, who doesn't like ice cream? So she's hungry and she's like, ooh, ice cream. The people are having fun, they are eating ice creams and biscuits. Now in the restaurant, what they're doing, they're having fun, they're enjoying, they're eating ice cream, they are eating biscuits, they are eating so many good things, right? The little girl is cutting a cake. What are the others singing? Now when she sees through the window, what does she see? That this little girl is cutting a cake, and everyone else is singing. What they are singing? Happy birthday to you. That means it was a happy birthday party. Okay, the little girl's birthday, they were celebrating, and everyone else were singing happy birthday to you and enjoying. Geeta is sitting on a wall close to the car. Okay, now then she watches all these things, and then she goes back and she sits on a wall near the car. Wherever the car is parked, she goes there, and there is a wall, and she sits on the wall. The party is over. Now after some time, the party gets over. Everyone is carrying party bags and wearing party hats. Obviously you must have also attended some birthday parties, right? And what do? Usually you get a birthday cap, right? And return gifts also you get when you are giving some gifts to that birthday girl or boy, and you in return you also get some birthday uh, or you also get some return gifts, right? So same, they also have received some birthday gift, return gifts and party hats or caps. The little girl goes to Geeta. She gives her a bag and a box. Now, what does the little girl do? She goes to Geeta and hands over a box and a bag. Okay, see, such a nice gesture and such a good gesture of hers. She's celebrating her birthday with her family and friends, but she takes care of this little girl, also hungry little poor girl. And she, what does she gives? She gives her a bag and a box. Geeta opens the bag. She eats some cake. She does not open the box. What is in it? Now what does Geeta do? Obviously she's hungry, so she instantly opens the bag and she eats some cake. In the bag there is cake and she eats some cake. But she does not open the box. So she also don't know what is in the box. She puts the box in the basket. Now she puts the box. She has not opened the box. She put the box in the basket. She puts the basket on her head. She goes down the road. Now she starts walking towards her house or whatever. So what does she do? She keeps that box, unopened box, in the basket, and she keeps the basket on her head and she starts walking on the road. The next morning, Geeta is outside a school. Now, the next morning, what does she do? She goes outside a school. What is she doing? What is she doing here? Who is buying something from her? Now, what does she do? That box, she did not open the box. She took it the next morning to a school, near a school, and she just sold that box to a little girl. A little girl, see, you can see a little girl buying that box from her. Then this is what she started doing. Okay, then 10 years later, what did she do? She opened her own cakes and biscuit shop, and her own, she was selling. That means, just imagine a little poor girl, from that one box she had that dream that she also wanted to become something, and from that one box she got so much inspiration that 10 years later, when she grew up, she opened her own shop of cakes and biscuits, and now she is selling her own cakes and biscuits. So this is a very motivational and inspirational story, right? See, anyone can become anything if they want. But for that you have to dream, for that you have to be focused, you have to be, you have to think what you have to do, and then you have to proceed and you have to go in that direction correctly. That is very, very important. So children, I hope you have understood the story. In the next class we will be, hope so, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm really warned that in the next life class we will be reading this chapter.